As we seek to answer the question, how can God and man be reconciled, we turn back to Revelation, what God has revealed to us to guide us in that answer. Now, if you remember, we talked about revelation. We talked about two kinds of revelation. There's natural revelation and special revelation. And the natural revelation is what God has revealed about himself and his ways through nature, through the things he created, the seasons, plants, the world, and us, and what he created in us, wisdom and reasoning. And natural revelation makes use of all that things to try to discern who is God and what is his will. Where special revelation is that which God has made known to us through his revealed word, the written word, the Bible. So starting with natural revelation, you say, well, what does natural revelation tell us about this question? How do we answer this question? And natural revelation really puts the whole burden on us, on man, that it's up to us to reconcile ourselves to God in some form or fashion. And this is really the main idea of most of the world's religions, that man has to do something in order to be reconciled to God. Now, if you look at some religions, that man has to do good works, that man has to live a certain way, or man has to go through certain rituals in order to be reconciled to God. But it always starts with man, and man taking the initiative and man doing the action. So if you pick a world religion like Islam, you see that in order to be reconciled with God, you have to go through a life of living out these 5 pillars of Islam, and being committed to doing that and doing those things that are required under those 5 pillars. Well, that's the way to be reconciled to their idea of God. If you were in an Eastern religion, something like Buddhism or Hinduism, it has a discipline that you live out, and you live your life a certain way, and that reconciles you to God in some form or fashion. So natural religions have the same thing, trying to appease the spirits by living a certain way, by doing certain things. It really, again, it starts with man. It depends on man. Everything's up to us. Unfortunately, Christianity isn't exempt from this. There's also a strain of Christianity that views things from the same perspective, that it's up to man in order to make good choices. It's up to man in order to do certain things, follow certain rituals, make certain actions, do certain good works, especially make some sort of decision and commitment. It's all up to us. It starts with us and depends on us. And we can summarize that understanding of things as a theology of a ladder. You think of a ladder being set on earth and going up to heaven, and each time we go and do what we're required to do, we're moving up the rungs of the ladder. And if you see the image that's on the screen here, that has this ladder drawn out, sort of a medieval artwork, and you see all these people climbing up this ladder, trying to get from lowly earth up to God in heaven. The angels kind of passively watching off to the side, and actively demons trying to destroy people, knock them off the ladder. You see people falling off the ladder, while some very righteous-looking people are making their way up the ladder. It's a depiction of this whole idea that if God and man are going to be reconciled, it's up to man to make it happen. You got to climb the ladder, whatever form or shape that ladder takes. That's what natural revelation would show us about being reconciled to God. This is what it means to have the man at the center of it.